Hi everyone, welcome back to the Reddit drama channel with another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and like the video if you enjoy it. Also, please click the notification bell so you won't miss when another cheating story goes live. These simple clicks mean a lot to our channel, and thank you for your support.
Girlfriend asked me if she could talk to this guy, then 3 weeks later I just need to talk about this somewhere, so I guess I'll do it here. My ex broke up with me almost 2 months ago out of the blue. She told me it was because our political views were different and we weren't morally compatible. That didn't seem to me like a good reason to just throw away a 1.5-year relationship. But I wanted to respect what she wants and leave her alone. Then I suddenly remembered something. About 3 weeks before the breakup, she texted me to ask if she could talk to this guy who had reached back out to her. She even assured me that it was purely friendship and nothing that could be considered threatening. I'm not an insecure person, so I told her that's fine, I trust you. Was I an idiot for saying that? Anyway, then 3 weeks later she dumped me out of the blue for reasons that had never been an issue for us. Long story short, I found out that she had been cheating on me with him and one other guy. She then began dating the other guy 4 days after she broke up with me. I was completely heartbroken, started blaming myself and saying things like, if I had just been more attentive that one night maybe she wouldn't have done it. Unfortunately, this isn't my first experience with cheating. My high school girlfriend also cheated on me with multiple guys. My current ex knew this and still went out of her way to do it and then date the guy she did it with. Despite all of this, I still have days where I want her back. I don't know if something is wrong with me. This person has destroyed me emotionally and mentally, and yet, for some reason I can't stop myself from imagining her in my arms. I just don't know where to go from here, and I hope that someday I'll look back and realize that we weren't a good match and somebody better was out there waiting for me. Here is the second story. My wife cheated and took my kid across the country. We moved from San Antonio and she accused me of receiving texts. No, I was not cheating. The text she mentioned to me that she saw while I was asleep was gone. No, I did not delete anything. I was asleep because I needed to work in the early morning. She accused me of cheating, destroying our apartment, and tearing my marriage certificate in my face. After the hell and earth she kicked me out, she woke me up with the hardest slap she could and started yelling at me. Long story short, I forgive her for acting like that. I took the blame even though I had no idea what was happening. We decided that a new start would do us good and for our baby. We moved to NC and time passed, things calmed down drastically. I felt like we had moved on and that it did us good. She then told me 3 months ago that she needed to take our kid back to San Antonio for the rest of the vaccinations. She told me here in NC they didn't accept my baby boy's insurance. I knew she was just using it as an excuse to go see her parents. Later on she told me she wanted to see them. I paid for her ticket. On her way back she kept on telling me she was staying longer just because she wanted time for herself and that she missed her friends blah blah. I agree because originally it was going to be a 2-week trip and it extended to a month and a half. I was super excited for them to come home. She arrived on Monday and went to say hi to me at my job. I felt that she was different. She closed her lips when I leaned over to kiss her, strange. Thursday comes and I asked her why she posted on her Facebook, basically telling you lost a queen, treat me better or some SHT like that. When I confronted her, she exploded, overreacted and talked to her mom to buy her tickets to leave Friday. She said she needed time to find herself and to heal, she said it. I told her okay, it's fine, I support you, just don't take my son. She left Friday morning without telling me and took my kid. I just found out she's cheating on me with a 33-year-old bag of SHT, she's 19. She won't let me see my kid. Not even a photo, and barely speaks to me. She blamed it on me for leaving. She doesn't know that I know she's cheating, and she's saying she will come back, just not now. I'm desperate, I don't want to do anything stupid or confront her. Help me please. Here is the third story. I was married for only 3 years before my wife cheated on me. A lot of it is my fault. When we got together I was in much better shape, but after time passed I stopped working out and became less attractive. I really loved her and I'll never forgive myself for driving her away. She works for the county government and often has to work with the sheriff on community matters. Their relationship developed over the last year of the marriage and I felt very suspicious about what they were doing. She had meetings with him almost every week and that didn't make sense to me. I could be considered a bad person for this, but one night I went on her phone to investigate. I checked all her texts and their conversation seemed innocent. It was all work-related talk. Afterwards, I was then scrolling through her photos and was finding nothing. I remembered at that time, however, that there is a hidden section for iPhone pictures and checked in there. As soon as I opened it, I found dozens of videos of my wife having sex with the sheriff. His appearance disgusted me. He was covered in body hair and his CCK was huge. He looked like Ron Jeremy. I never felt so insecure. I puked in my sink due to the intensity of my emotions, and I slept on the couch to avoid going back to our room. When she woke up, I confronted her and we agreed there wasn't a good way to move forward. We got a divorce and now they live together. I know this is all because of me and I feel like such an idiot. I should have done way more to make her happy, and there's nothing I can do about it now. Here is the fourth story. Just around 6 months ago I, 35M, split from my cheating ex, 38F. We have been together for 2 months at that point. Somehow it hasn't ruined my trust in others. I found someone else and thought things were going great. I'm just gonna post the facts without emotion and then what I think. We have been mostly living at hers for 5 weeks. Basically half of my stuff is there and I go there every night. We had an open communication from day one. We had the kid talk early due to our age. She said she wanted one, I said I wasn't sure. She swore it wasn't a deal breaker. Due to our shifts varying with work, some weeks we are apart nearly all day, with her having a good 7 hours at home while I'm still at work. Last night we had a huge argument. The summary: one day I came back from work smelling of fried food. I know it was because she cooked me fried food the night before and stupidly wore the same top the next day. I came straight to hers from work. I finished at 8, the drive is 30 minutes, I got to hers at 8:30. She says she doesn't believe I was at work. She thinks I went to some girls who cooked for me. One day I went to a mate's gig. I told my partner I was going the day before. Now, to preface, I refer to everyone I know as my mate. So I told her I was going with my mate and that a few other mates were coming too. Now she is furious because the first mate was a 21-year-old female from work. She says I deliberately withheld the gender. One day I brought a bottle of vodka for my brother's birthday. She says I didn't tell her it was for his birthday. She says I just said it was for my brother. I probably didn't specifically say it was for his birthday. She says I withheld information and questions the truth of what I did with the bottle. My office has open hours on its website that don't reflect what staff do, just the main reception hours. For example, it says specifically it is closed on Sunday. At least one whole team is in every Sunday. She questions why I sometimes say I'm going to work at times when it is closed. There were a few more insignificant things. Every time I explained myself, she either got more angry or just said, "So you say." She then asked me if I was talking to girls behind her back. I looked her in the eyes and said no, which is the truth. I asked her if she believes me about being at work and said I will print my timesheet to prove it. I can't forge a timesheet. She said she doesn't believe me. Now, here's the kicker. If I was with someone for just 2 months and I trusted them that little, I would want out right away. She says she doesn't. She wants to stay with me. Now this morning she says she does trust me. But these events cover about 70% of our relationship, so she almost hasn't trusted my word the whole time. I remember reading before that a cheater will project their own behavior onto others. In other words, they are lying about their whereabouts, so surely everyone else is too. Last thing, her ex, which ended 4 years ago, led a double life and cheated on her. She hasn't talked about it much. Well, if it's true, because my horrible experience from my ex is that you really never know someone. So, thoughts please. Is she just really damaged, or is this something else? Has anyone else who was cheated on gotten this paranoid when starting a new relationship? I haven't shown any doubt in her once. I don't question her whereabouts and still haven't. I don't ask her who she is with when she goes out. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.